Hi everyone, it's another steering video that I'm doing today, and it's sort of adding on to the other steering videos that I've done before, but it's a simple one. Us driving instructors use a phrase, hands follow the eyes, and they do. When you're steering, if you want to go in a particular direction, you look in that direction. But people, for some reason, seem to want to look over the front of the car and over the bonnet whenever they're doing turns, and it doesn't work. Let me show you. So we're going to have a look at this steering. Remember, hands follow the eyes. At the end of the road I'm turning left, so normal things on the approach, but the key is when you're doing these turns, especially this one, which we can see is quite sharp, is to not head towards the curb on the approach. We're trying to stay as straight as we can, all the way up to where it bends. And the important thing is to follow the inside of the bend. So when we're turning left like this, I've got to have a view of my left curb. I've got to see my left curb. But for some reason, people want to stare at the give way line. Now, where I should be looking is round this way to see the curb and following it, and looking right and left. I don't need to worry actually where the give way line is, literally because, thanks Tommy, thanks for letting me out mate, I don't need to see where the give way line is, literally because I can work it out from down underneath my mirror. So remember, look round the corner where you're going, not down over the front of the car when you're doing these turns. When we're doing a right turn, the same sort of things apply. We don't want to look forward when we're turning right. We want to look round the corner towards where we're going. So quite simply, where I'm looking on the approach is obviously ahead to see the van, but I'm concentrating out of my right window to see how far forward to get to the white line in the middle of the road. And now it's clear ahead. I'm driving and I'm looking out on my right, lifting my eyes up and straightening. Now, that was a lovely little situation. I couldn't have planned it any better. Without looking to my right there, would I have seen that jogger running across the road? Well, the answer is no. And then that's going to cause you all kinds of problems. Look towards where you want to go. Here, I'm trying to look as far around that corner as I can and lift my eyes up to the very end. Don't look 2 seconds in front of the car. Try and look 10. It will help you out massively. In my opinion, people tend to want to look over the front of the car or forward when they turn because they're scared of actually how far the front is. They'll be steering away from that in front rather than steering round, as I've explained, the inside of the bend. The same can apply on a right turn. So here, rather than looking at the white line that we're trying to get around, what pupils tend to do is that they steer away from the curb that they're pointing at. This is wrong. Try and always follow the inside of the bend. I should be able to show you here with this taxi coming out. Again, the road's quite narrow, but people will naturally look at the taxi and steer away. And that's where they'll bump over the curb. But I'm looking here. I'm looking at that curb that I'm actually steering round. And if the taxi was still there, what I would then do after I've done the steering is then assess to see whether I've got enough room with the taxi in front of us. I wouldn't just steer away from the taxi to try and get round the corner. So now we'll have a look at some mistakes my pupils make, and also a little bit of me trying to help one of my pupils out to fix this problem. Super straight.
Okay.
Until you find out where to turn.
Okay.
So, stay straight now.
Okay.
Don't look forward any longer. How far forward are you going to go behind the course or too early?
Oh, sorry.
You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, it's
now
a hard one. Now I'm
but
like...
but if you'd have gone further forward, you would have actually been in a better position.
Yeah, I would have,
here.
because I would probably be straight. I would be straight probably.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Finish your steer, don't grab with your wheel.
Sorry, I got nervous.
When people get nervous with steering, they grab, and when they grab, they can't move
worse,
their hands, and then that makes it worse.
Yeah, I've differences in, but that's just...
However, do you understand where I was coming from regarding that?
Yeah.
People naturally steer away the front of the car, and it's the worst possible thing you can do. Traffic lights will turn right, please. Well done. Next 10, is the fella and the dog an issue? Yes, could very well be. Now I don't think so. Next 10, next 10. Next 10, round the corner and up the road. Don't look at this, just look up, there you go. My pupil did a great job with this turn. They followed the white line around far into the new road they were going to. Past the bridge. Past the bridge, 10 seconds. Yeah, good. What was it like? Trust yourself. You're steering away again. You're over the centre line. The pupil wishes to keep anonymous, and I say her name at this point. Yeah? And that's the bit that you've got to stop yourself doing. Yeah, you did the previous one brilliantly. And then that one, rubbish. You were staring forward and you steered too much.
Yeah.
Got to look round things. Good.
Okay.
Next 10 seconds. Don't rush, don't rush, don't rush. Slow. Next 10. Next 10. Where are we aiming to? Where are we going to go to? Yeah, good. You're steering away from those in front. No, don't. You're going more over this way. You need to move and sort your steering out.
Okay.
You're going more to the right. You're going away from the van. You don't need to. You just need to cross the path.
I see what you mean.
You were just steering the front away. Let's have a look and see how we can fix this problem. And we're going to take the next road on the right, just after where the fella in the blue coat's walking.
Okay, so there's no one behind me, so it is men.
We do need to signal it is a junction. Good. Okay. And we give way this time to oncoming. Look how sharp your road is though. Look how sharp your road is. Okay. So do you notice your attention is not with how sharp your road is, and you've steered again too early.
Right, okay.
You're looking forward to do those turns.
Okay.
Don't look that way to do the turn. Look
round
that way to do the turn. Make sense?
Yeah.
Boss. Take the next road on the right. Middle, right mirrors, signal up. We're going to stay this side of the centre line and nice and straight. It's clear ahead, slow it down now, use your brake. Look how sharp it is. Look in the road, don't turn yet, slow it down much. It's still too early. That steered, I said don't turn yet, and you've steered. Come off all the pedals, have a look at this white line. We should turn round about now to go around this white line. Don't steer looking at the front.
Right.
What you're doing is steering the front away from where it's pointing rather than going around where you need to go. Make sense? Good. Have another little go. We'll take the next road on the right again. So middle and right mirrors, that's good. So we need to stay, yes, dead straight all the way up so we can then go around this white line. Use your brake a little, look in your road 10 seconds. You've got to go around that white line. Now, how much steer to just go around it? That. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Well done you. That's better.
Got it.
Because now you're actually looking at what you're steering round. You're not just staring forward and steering the front. Shit, I'm pointing over there and I'm going to steer.
Right.
Do you get where I'm coming
got
from?
It, done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Much better. Next road on the right. So again, it's the same process. It's clear ahead, clear right and left. Not yet, brake a bit more. Now is it clear? Where do you look? Around the imaginary centre line. When's it enough to go around the imaginary centre line? Perfect. Then lift your eyes and off you go.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, that's better.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? There's actually less steering to do like that than you're doing. How you used to do it, used to oversteer all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah? Take the next right again, please. So, go slow, oncoming. We've got to give way to that one if it's close, but it's not. We've got priority.
There we have, okay.
Around the white line. How much steer to go around the white?
Oh.
Yeah, good. Lift your eyes up to the end. Off you go.
I get it now.
Done.
It was frustrating me a bit because I didn't know what you meant, but now I do.
Suster?
Yeah.
Got it, well done. This is footage of one of my pupils just about to fail the driving test. They're approaching a roundabout and they need to go straight on third exit. They should be following the line to the left of the car, but they don't. They're staring to the right at the cars coming round instead. So now, because they haven't steered in the way that I've said, they've cut across and they've gone straight into the right lane. To make matters worse, because they're staring in front of them, they've got no appreciation of what's to the left and then just steer back across to lane 1. There were cars close on both sides, and to make matters worse, this is literally 2 minutes from the end of the test, going back to St Helens Driving Test Centre. As always, thanks a lot for watching and supporting my channel. Next, why don't you have a look at these other 2 videos on steering? You never know, it may just help you from having to go through that test for a second time.